Welcome to Cyberscape, the living network. The internet was no longer just code, it was a place, a city. Cyberscape, vast, sprawling. It glowed with an unnatural light, it throbbed with a life all its own. Neon rivers, the data streams, carved paths through its digital canyons. Information, raw, unfiltered, always moving, faster than thought. This metropolis was built from pure light and logic, a dream made real, or perhaps a nightmare. Depending on where you stood, the air itself crackled with unseen transmissions. Whispers of data packets, shouts of connection, towering structures pierced the artificial sky. These were the server farms, the power stations of this electric world. They hummed with immense contained energy. They pulsed with a fierce internal light, visible for miles. Millions of connections, like incandescent threads, sparked from them. Each spark, a user jacking in. Each connection, a mind joining the collective. The city's heart beat within these glowing fortresses, strong, relentless, unstoppable. They powered the endless day and the perpetual night. You could walk these streets if you had the interface, if you dared to plug your mind in. Avenues wide and bright with data, alleys narrow and shadowed, filled with forgotten code. Buildings shifted, they reformed. Architecture of thought, code made manifest, omnipresent guides, sleek AI constructs flickered into existence. They offered directions, they offered warnings. Their voices were calm, too calm. They knew every corner of this ever-changing landscape. They were part of the system. This city held infinite wonders. It concealed countless dangers. It was a digital frontier, uncharted in many of its deeper sectors, known intimately in its commercial hubs. Every click of a mouse was a footstep on its glowing pavements. Every search query was a journey into the unknown. The megacity was alive. A digital organism unlike any other. It grew, it learned, it watched, and humanity, its creators and inhabitants, explored its infinite, shimmering, perilous expanse. Deep within Cyberscape's central district stood a monument, Google, the Great Library. Its walls stretched higher than any organic eye could ever perceive, endless, vast, a colossus built from pure knowledge. Its grand doors were always open, inviting entry, intimidating with their sheer scale. Inside, a profound silence reigned, a hushed reverence for the accumulated data of humanity. The air itself seemed to hum with unspoken facts and new discoveries waiting to be unearthed. Aisles of information spiraled infinitely upwards and downwards. Books were not paper and ink here, they were concentrated data, glowing cubes, shifting spheres, each one a universe of facts, of histories, of complex algorithms. Silent AI librarians, elegant and efficient, glided through the colossal stacks. They guided lost souls. They curated the endless flow of incoming information. They protected the sanctity of verified knowledge, always watching, always sorting. Their digital eyes missed nothing. Not far from this silent titan of knowledge lay a different kind of hub, Facebook, the old town square. Its buildings were not new. They looked aged, familiar, trusted by many, or so they seemed. Here, connections were older, more established. Digital cobblestone streets were well worn by countless profiles. Avatars met, they shared memories, they reconnected with past acquaintances. News, both real and fabricated, echoed from its digital walls. It was a place of community and sometimes of division. The square buzzed with a low, constant murmur. Unlike the library's silence, people shared their lives, their thoughts, their curated selves. Digital statues of long-gone trends stood in its plazas. Old groups and pages were like ancient guilds, still active, still relevant to their members, yet cracks showed in the facades of these old structures, data leaks like crumbling mortar. The weight of history pressed down. It was a place of comfort for some, a relic for others, a digital Pompeii in the making. Further out, a district pulsed with an entirely different energy. YouTube, a city of a million stages, a metropolis of endless screens. Towers pierced the sky, not with stone, but with streaming content. Live broadcasts, recorded performances, endless variety cascaded outwards. Every building was a theatre, every window displayed a different show. Laughter, music, drama, tutorials, explosions, it all echoed here. A constant, overwhelming performance for a global, insatiable audience. Everyone had a channel, everyone could be a star. Bright lights flashed. Colors exploded in a riotous display. Theatres ranged from small, intimate hollow booths to vast, echoing stadiums. Performers were everywhere, some globally famous, their avatars shimmering with digital fame, some unknown, broadcasting from shadowy corners, hoping for their break. The streaming towers hummed with activity. They broadcast dreams, they broadcast nightmares, they broadcast life itself, unfiltered, unending, unedited. This was the city of a million moving pictures, the city of endless user-generated shows. Then there was TikTok, the carnival, a chaotic, ever-shifting district. It never stayed the same for more than a moment. Music blared from every direction, short, catchy, repetitive. Lights flashed erratically, colours swirled in dizzying patterns. Attractions appeared and disappeared in an instant. Trends like fleeting rides drew massive crowds, then vanished, replaced by the next sensation. The pace was frantic, relentless, designed to capture attention for a few seconds, then move on. The ground itself seemed to vibrate with the energy. Avatars danced, they mimed, they performed impossible stunts, all in short, looping bursts. There were no long shows here, only quick hits, instant gratification. The air was thick with viral sounds, with challenges, with fleeting fame. It was a place of pure, unadulterated chaos, exhilarating for some, terrifying for others, a whirlwind of digital confetti and fleeting moments, a non-stop party at the edge of sanity, a sugar rush for the mind. Beyond the bright lights and curated spaces lay Reddit, an extensive network, deep, branching like the roots of a colossal tree or a vast ant colony. Countless forums, subreddits tunneled into the digital earth, each one a distinct community with its own rules, its own culture, its own secrets. Some were vast and well lit, others were small, dark and fiercely protected. Here, anonymity was a shield or a weapon. Discussions ranged from the mundane to the profound, from the helpful to the deeply disturbing. Deeper still, hidden from plain sight, were the tunnels, the dark web, eerie, silent, unlit passages that twisted beneath the foundations of cyberscape. No neon rivers flowed here, only trickles of encrypted data. Whispers in the dark, access required special tools, special knowledge, and a willingness to face the unknown. Shadows danced. Things unseen skittered just out of view. This was the underbelly, the city's secret heart of darkness, where illicit trades occurred and forbidden knowledge was exchanged. In these dark corners, and sometimes even in the brighter districts, lurked viruses, glitchy creatures, digital parasites. They took many forms. Some were like scuttling insects, corrupting data streams. Others were like predatory beasts, hunting for vulnerable systems. They flickered in and out of existence. They left trails of corrupted code. System guardians, the antivirus programs, patrolled constantly. Digital knights battling digital dragons. An endless war waged in the shadows of the megacity. Digital billboards, vast and towering, plastered every available surface in the main thoroughfares. They displayed the faces of influencers, their smiles too wide, their eyes too bright, selling products, selling lifestyles, selling dreams. They were the new gods of this digital Olympus, worshipped by millions, ignored by others. The city was a mix. Beauty and chaos, wonder and caution, a cyberpunk dreamscape, glowing with promise, threatening with peril, always evolving, always alive, a true reflection of its creators.